Right, so lap 4 of 36. Apologies for that. We had a bit of a, well, I had a bit of an issue with the stream. And hopefully we'll be able to get some of you guys back. Apologies for anyone who's listening. Who's caught this up later on. Just went haywire and then stopped for some reason. On to lap 2. And will the rain persist for the entirety? Andrea Borg and Mikey GTI going for it. And going off the track for Andrea Borg. Let's Atmos have a little peek around the outside. But wasn't able to get the job done on the outside at Ferragina. It stays in 9th place for him. Almost 9 seconds to lead now for the Haas driver, so Pigs to fly. Taking one with Baku. Is he going to make it 2 so far? Down in 9th in the championship at the moment for Pigs. One win, one podium to his name. No polls until today either. Welcome everyone who's just joining back. Apologies for the cutout. I think my internet, well, it can't, don't I? I'm still in the lobby. I don't know what happened, but anyway, it just stopped the stream for some unknown reason. Just over 10 seconds is the lead now. Got Wiggy just going down the start-finish straight into turn 1. That 10-second lead still growing for the Haas driver. Second place and third close together, as you can see. Bit of a gap for Big D, who's got a train of cars behind him and then sort of sectioned up after that. And so Pigsty certainly does extend that advantage he has onto lap 7 with a fastest lap awarded to him as well. The drivers on the intermediates not having the best of times. I would say maybe that's the reason why Pigs is so far ahead, but he's not the only one on the wet tyre, and it may seem like a crossover, and it'll be interesting to see if the rain does start to calm itself down a little bit. Hazard and Mancy here fighting for position around Curva de Sol. Oh, contact between the Racing Bulls driver and the Williams, and then they come together proper and into the wall. Hazard could have left a little bit more space, I think, on the outside. Front wing will need to be changed for the Racing Bulls driver, as the Brit will not be very happy about that one. As the Norwegian, he's got damage as well. As Correa was ensuing in a battle with Alligator, and I think that was Fraser who just got past Mikey GTI. Another fastest lap for Pigs as well. 1:22.8 now, getting close towards qualifying times, even with all the fuel we have on board. Around turn 7 we go, Ferragula and Lorenzina. And Pirulina turn 8, the tricky left-hander, really satisfying though if you can get that right, and drivers really struggling to get the grip right in these conditions. Starting to look like it's going towards intermediate, so that might come into play in favour of those who did try to start on those intermediate tyres. Eight of the 17 started on the inters, so as close to a 50-50 split as we can get on an odd number of drivers on the grid today. Is Big D going to be able to close that gap, get within 1 second, maybe get a bit of the slipstream effect down the straights. Trying to use the battery really as much as possible. As I said, you do get a lot of that battery deployment back in the braking. You're braking sort of 20 to 50 meters earlier than you would do in dry conditions. But that gap is still extending. Pigs very, very comfortable with his car and the conditions. The wet's still working well for him. When is it going to become a point where the inters are really going to be the main contender of tyre choice? As Mansi retires from the race after coming together with Norwegian Egoff Hazard. Yellow flag down the start finish. That is for the retired car. The Racing Bulls car is the other Racing Bulls car is up in second place at the moment and just starting to extend that second place position from third place Diablo. Or was, just as he may have made a mistake, or Diablo had an excellent first few corners of lap 10. The two cars at the very back in a race of their own, and Pig's not very far away from them, and certainly isn't very far away from them with the pace that he's showing at the moment. Diablo though setting a purple first sector, and that is on the intermediates. Is that telling? It's 9 laps they've done fully on the tyres since the start. Are the intermediates starting to be that favourable tyre as we go on to lap 11? So Pigs carries on well ahead in the lead. So he's going to have to make his own mind up and not have any influence from cars around him, of course, or when they're going to pit. As Famous Wayne looking at his phone whilst driving, was he almost went into the wall on the right hand side into turns 1 and 2. Just over 17 seconds the lead, incredible, with only 11 laps around. What then 1.6 seconds a lap faster on average. Incredible times being set by Pigs. Fraser and Mike GTI still together as well. Andrea Borg just sitting at the back of this train. And we've got Atmos around the 2 second mark behind, and his teammate quite a long way back. So the top 9 really in a race of their own, and then you've got the drivers towards the back. Got a whole train there with Alligator and Coix Gamer, who started last after retiring in qualifying, presumably for a qualifying ban. And the Dutchman trying to make his way through. Must be inspired by his fellow compatriot Max Verstappen, obviously having fantastic performances around this place. 2016, of course, springs to mind with his excellent performance in wet conditions, overtaking Nico Rosberg down here at the exit of the centre at Curva de Sol, and almost losing it just back there at the pit entry and almost hitting the wall. In a class of his own on that day at Interlagos in 2016. So the two Red Bulls in a race of their own with the Williams, almost a pit stop ahead now for Pigs. So the intermediate advantage that they thought they might have later on, which they do for the most part, but for Pigs, he's really in a race of his own, and if he carries on the way he is, could lead every lap of this race. So, down the rest of Aposta, no one yet decided to hit off the wet tyres. We'll go for a second set of intermediates, and as the rain actually started to pick up again now. Might have rain for the entirety. Pigs there through Magulio, dancing on the raggedy edge. Ali Young-Cali goes now and up the hill. 21.2 seconds ahead of everyone else. Stays out on the wet tyres, getting close now to the point of the pit stop if you're going to go for another set of wets. But interesting stage of the race now, getting towards half distance. We're still a little way away from that yet. But we really are getting to a point now where Pigs, he really is in that window of being able to come out back in the lead again. 20 to 22 seconds. A normal pit stop here around this place. So right at the point now, another lap or so. At this same pace, still just sliding around everywhere. It's working well for him as Diablo gets close, very, very close up through Ferragula and the Regina. The Inters doing a better job at this point. Diablo sizing up a move here up towards turn one. Deploying the battery, and Famous Wayne comes in. Is that for intermediate tyres? 23 seconds now the lead with a switch of positions in second place. Where is Famous Wayne going to come out? He's going to come out down in ninth and ahead of Cold Steel. Big gap behind them. As there's sort of two races going on. Well, it might be closer than we actually think between Cold Steel and Famous Wayne. Big slide there for Wayne on a new set of intermediates. Is going to come out at the back of this queue. Maybe might have hoped for a couple of extra laps in hindsight. It's a problem with not having a true race engineer, of course, where even with just one person or a small team behind you, you don't have anyone else trying to help you with that. Pigs in the pits. And out the pits we go. And as I said, we're going to come out comfortably ahead and still leading the race 4 seconds. In the lead, Diablo and Big D on very huge intermediates now, 15 lap old intermediates, and getting to a point where they probably going to need a change. As we go up the hill. And Big D gets closer. Not close enough though, as Diablo takes a very late apex to the first corner. Keep an eye on Fraser here. As the rain really stabilised here and not really changed at all for quite a while. Here goes Atmos to the inside of Andrea Borg, as Borg is pushed off the road. I'm not sure it's really enough to be going to the stewards about. And he's really starting to clear Andrea Borg as well. He's on the wet tyres, however. Diablo with a 3-second penalty, Kayaks as well. 3-second penalty for him. At the halfway mark, and Pigs just starting to, well, in these conditions, sail off into the distance is really appropriate, and the intermediates must feel absolutely lovely compared to those used wet tyres. Air temperature quite high at the moment, 28 degrees. Track temperature 28 degrees, 23 for the air temperature. No hint of sunlight over the Interlagos circuit. Maybe a hint of an overtake though at the Interlagos circuit from Big D. As he winds up the hill towards turn 1, to the outside, the Williams driver. As we come out of turn 1 and 2. Again, Big D on the charge. End zone versus Grove into turn 4, big slide from the Alpine, and a good exit, good launch out of the Cesar Largo for the Williams driver. Not close enough though into Ferragina. Have to have the inside and have to have your car all the way alongside to think about a move into that part of the racetrack and into turn 8 and 9. And as I said, just over the halfway mark now. Fraser all over the back, almost behind as well. Atmos looking racy behind Mikey GTI. Some of these drivers still on the wet weather tyres, and it's starting to show with their pace as they're hoping, is the rain going to stop? Is that a sign of them staying out as long as possible? Is Big D and Diablo again switching places? They go side by side through the center S and being pushed out wide here together, making contact and able to keep it on the racetrack down towards De Cesar Largo we go. The Alpine on the inside, Diablo forcing some room, but Big D not giving up with our fight on the grass for the Alpine driver, and swoops around the outside at Ferragina and into Larangina. He hands the place done proper. Fraser and RS in Larangina going hammer and tongs, making contact from right rear to left front. And Fraser staying where he is, sliding into the next corner in the wet weather tyres, starting to slick themselves, I'm sure, now. As we go up the hill, Fraser not having the straight line speed advantage, but he's going to have the grip with the intermediates on the brakes as he tries to go to the outside. Demands room on the inside now at turn 2, around turn 3. Curva de Sol, then Atmos thinks about a move as well and takes a piece of the action and goes up into 5th place. And now looking like he's on the attack for Fraser, who's low on the old battery deployment. Mikey GTI as well, close behind this group of cars. Over 12 and a half seconds the lead for So Pigs Do Fly, and we've got the battle for second place still very close together. And the weather's certainly getting better. Again, it sort of ebbs and flows in the event today. As we start lap 22, I'm watching second and third place, where really we should be watching 10th and 11th, because Famous Wayne, I think, has just got a fabulous move, and we haven't caught it on the stream. Sorry, Wayne, you can watch this later on. The Dutchman, though, not having any of it, and goes back past on the outside. Had a very good lap there, personal best last sector, and a fastest overall first sector for the Dutchman as well. So really starting to find some pace, and on those intermediates over 21 laps, and these drivers really trying to wait for the rain to come to an end. And Diablo and Big D as well at the moment, just jousting right now, jousting lap times, and there's a glitch there. I think he's gone too wide there, but yeah, only a tenth or so between them in terms of lap times the last couple of laps. So around the 15 lap mark to go. And the track looking a lot drier than it was. There's still got quite a few drivers on the wet tyres. We'll get them up for you so you can see. Still 4 drivers on those wet tyres. I've been on them a long time, 3 of them, 6th, 7th and 8th, and holding on right now. Keep an eye on this battle. For 9th place. And I think the famous ring was very close there around a young cow. But clearly not close enough, and every time we're off them, they're fighting for position again, making contact down of the Cesar Largo up towards Ferragula. Big D got that in 2nd place at the moment. And now over a second in the lead, and the rain has now stopped, and it's what they've been waiting for all this time. The drivers on the wet tyres, and the drivers who were on the wet tyres, I can assure you, have probably come straight into the pit lane. Other drivers carrying on. Pigs as well. Where is he around the lap? He's just started another lap. Other drivers come in, it already looks bone dry. DRS has not been enabled yet. Is anyone else going to pit? RS is going to come off the wet tyres. I thought everyone who was on the wets would do that straight away. Others on the insides decided to stay out for another lap, another 2.5 kilometres, 2.5 miles, sorry, but that mixed up twice today now. 2.5 mile tour of the circuit to decide whether they want to go on these slick tyres next time around. Oh, Slippy out of the pit exit. Wow, look at them all. We're sliding Andrea Borg as well. This is going to be a big race out of the pit lane. Looks dry, certainly isn't dry just yet. Diablo gets a time penalty, and they're out on the racetrack now, and probably being extra cautious in the first handful of corners. There's contact there between the Racing Bulls and Sauber. I think there was. So there will be 10 laps to go. 2 more drivers in the pits. Others deciding to stay out again. This will get interesting with drivers trying to undercut onto a set of slick tyres. Famous rain on the hards as well. That's interesting with the amount of laps we have left. It feels like that's a little bit unnecessary. Croix Gamer as well going on to the hard tyres. High deg though, I suppose, in F1 25. Pigs coming up to the pit lane now. Will come into the pits. Will Big D come in as well? If so, well, I mean, Pigs is still leading the race. If Big D decides to stay out for one more lap, thinking that's the preferable option, he should take the lead, but he will not stay out. Nor will Fraser. Everyone now on a set of slicks of one sort or another, and Pigs again coming out into the lead of the race by a hefty margin. Here comes Diablo. Going past one. Here's Big D. It's going to be close between the two of them. Very close, actually. As we come towards the pit exit, they've been fighting all race long. And Big D comes out just a smidge ahead. Is Diablo going to be able to catch up or stay with him easily through these first few corners out of the pits as his tyres are up to temperature? As we go on to lap 28 of 36. If anyone's watching later on, you haven't done so already, it'd be appreciated if you could subscribe to the channel. Only 3 away from 500 subscribers, so that would be greatly appreciated if you could hit that subscribe button if you're on the live now, or later on watching your race back, or just catching up with the race action out of turn 2, turn 3. DRS available now, of course, as well. DRS available for Atmos. Quite a few with time penalties. Diablo with 6 seconds. So Fraser's really got a chance here of picking up a 3rd place. So is Atmos as well. Not many laps to go, but enough to make a difference. Half a second between Quax and Mikey GTI. Quax with 6 seconds worth of time penalties to get them up so everyone knows what's going to happen towards the end. And here goes Quax, easily fast, but he's got a tall order to stay with that 7th place. Got RS just ahead. He's got a 3-second penalty as well. Looking good for Mikey GTI. Might get a decent result out of this. Mikey GTI is going to have DRS available to him. Just going to close in. And again, I'm guessing that a little bit closer, but so is Koyex, just on pure pace alone. Starting to close on RS, best position realistically. He's going to be 6th unless someone falls off the road ahead of them. Atmos is so close to within DRS range, is now, I don't think he had it at the line. We'll see if DRS is available for him. It is. So again, able to close in. Koyak's Gamer really has a chance. That's a chance here down the Reta Aposta. Very quick car in a straight line here around Interlagos. Looks to the right hand side, the inside line for him, and isn't close enough to have a pop, and has some grass get on his tyres as well. And a bit of a skirmish on the inside of the corner at the Cesar Largo. We'll have another attempt at the end on start of the next lap. Again, as I said, Atmos in a very good position here to pick up a podium place. His famous Wayne gets another time penalty. And here goes Koyaks again, going for the move, lock up from RS. He tries to get the up and under, but the door slams shut, and a nice braking manoeuvre there from Koyaks Gamer to shut that line off. And now here comes Mikey GTI as well, as RS seems to be a little bit of a sitting duck here, as Mikey goes through and RS goes into a semi-spin, is able to catch it, but will have famous Wayne right on his gearbox in a quick second, and he's quite a way away now from Mikey GTI and Koyaks, who are in this sixth place battle on their own now, but really it's a battle of one, as Mikey doesn't have a time penalty to his name, so should get it on that reason alone. Is Fraser getting closer to Atmos here. Koyaks' hard tyres are going to start to work quite well now at this point of his stint. His famous Wayne is going to eye up a move on RS as well, who's going to be driving somewhat angry at this point for being aggrieved at Cesar Largo the lap before. And famous Wayne goes past, but here comes RS again to get the move back on in the 21 Aston Martin, back up into 8th place. Almost a second now between 3rd and 4th place, and it is under a second now as I say that. And just back out of it again. Is Atmos just going to sit where he is as we go on to lap 34 of 36 for this group of cars in a second. So, only 3 laps to go. We haven't spoken about him for a while. Pigs has been in a race of his own. It's been a quality showing from him. Led every lap up to now as famous Wayne gets past RS again. Six seconds and 3 second penalties between them, so not really fighting for places on the road. Should be settled when the checker flag falls. Same for this group here, but still interesting to see what's going to happen. I'm sure they're still going to fight. Well, they certainly will. Now, whoa! Fraser's made a big mistake there with the DRS open. He's gone all over the road and lost his front wing now. And as I said earlier on, it would be a fight for 6th place unless anyone falls off the road, and Fraser doing spectacular fashion, and Atmos is now into the third place position, up 3 places from the start. Koyx is up 11 places, but Atmos has had a very clean race up to now and kept it pretty solid as the race leader starts his final lap. A pit stop ahead of everyone else. So Wayne going slowly as well. Has he got damage? As we wait to see the camera change. But he is ghosting. So this man's been flying all race. He's been spectacular, led every lap, got pole position, got the fastest lap, and now takes the race win. He's been outstanding, stellar, spectacular, all race long, unstoppable. This man is the race winner and will be my driver of the day as well. It's just undeniable. You don't usually like to give it to a race winner, but you can't help but give it to that man today. Big D finishes on the podium. Good performance from him. Atmos takes third place, and Diablo will finish in fourth. Koyx Gamer crosses the line in fifth. Fraser is going to finish down in sixth with no front wing to speak of. Koyx moves down to seventh. Eighth for RS, and Andrea Borgen ninth. 10th will be Cold Steel. We'll do the rest in just a moment. What a fantastic result for So Pigs Do Fly. Did brilliant in those changeable conditions. Kept himself cool, calm and collected, and led every single lap. Probably the most dominant performance in Division 2 this season. One of the most dominant performances in Season 12, I would guess, this season. The treble, should I say, for him today. And driver of the day as well. And there is your podium. Again, can't say it enough. Spectacular performance from the Hash driver. Second win this season. Right, so Pigs Do Fly takes the win and fastest lap, pole position, the lot. Big D in second. Third is Atmos Diablo. Fourth. Fifth is Mikey GTI. Sixth is Fraser. Seventh is Koyx Gamer. RS and eighth. Ninth is Andrea Borg. 10th is Cold Steel. Wiggy in 11th. 12th is Alligator. 13th is Hazard. Famous Wayne in 14th. Ferreira is 15th and 1 lap down. Mancy and Chaz Knight Rider did not finish the race. So we're back tomorrow night as per usual. If anyone's wondering, had to part ways from Apex Performance Series, unfortunately. So that is a shame. We'll go very quickly because of the music starting. We don't want a copyright infringement. We'll see you tomorrow night for DTS Senna. Thanks very much. See you then.